Hey, Bill DeWeese here from voice-over-training.org. Happy Monday. I hope your week is off to a great start and that you are doing well. Well, this morning I was starting my morning as I do most mornings. I was watching Good Morning America, and my daughter came in, who also works as my administrative assistant. And we were watching there was a segment of the show where they were talking to Barbara Walters about an upcoming interview or upcoming coverage she was giving to the royal wedding. And my daughter made a very interesting and I think telling remark to me, or actually it was a question, and she said, how can Barbara Walters be such a famous and well-known and loved a media personality when she has such an unattractive voice? And I had to stop and think about that for a second. And I thought, it's true. Barbara Walters, when you think about it, really doesn't have a very, appealing voice as far as voice quality goes. And it made me think about the fact that I hear from so many people that really get discouraged about their voiceover career, blaming it on the fact that they don't have a good voice. And let me say this. First of all, it has very little to do with just how good your voice sounds. Now, there's a certain segment of the population, the Ted Williams types, Ted Williams being remember the homeless man from Columbus that was discovered because of his incredible vocal sound, his pipes that landed him some pretty big gigs as well as national notoriety. And of course, it was a great, compelling human interest story as well. And there is a demand for people with the voice of God, such as a Ted Williams. But that, a guy like that accounts for, less than a small percentage of 1% of the entire population. And so what is it for, how do the rest of us survive, yet alone thrive in the voiceover business if we don't have the voice of Ted Williams? Well, first of all, understand that most people aren't looking for a voice like Ted Williams. There is a certain segment of the voiceover industry that is, but there's a lot of work out there for those of us that aren't. So how does, such as me, so how does a regular guy or a regular girl that doesn't have an incredibly beautiful voice become well-established as a voiceover personality? Or I shouldn't say voiceover personality, but as a voiceover artist. And personality certainly plays a part of that. Well, here are my thoughts on that. First of all, think about going back to Barbara Walters. She's not a disembodied voice. In other words, if all she was a presentational voice, in my humble opinion, she would never make it because her voice in and of itself is not attractive enough. What Barbara is a personality. What does that mean? That means that she has a viewpoint. She has an opinion. She has an attitude that she brings to her program. One of the greatest illustrations I can think of is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. If you go back and look at earlier footage, especially before she went national when she was here in Chicago, she was very good at what she did, but she had not developed the persona that she is now. She hadn't really found herself completely. She was more of almost a disembodied voice. But if you look at Oprah then as compared to Oprah now, Oprah has a viewpoint. She has an opinion. She has an attitude. She has a confidence of who she is that she is not afraid to bring to the camera or to the microphone. And what makes the difference between a disembodied voice and a person like Barbara Walters, and granted, she's not a voiceover talent, but she is a media talent, and she is a media personality, and one of the best known and best compensated and best loved, probably in the history of media. You feel like with a person like Barbara Walters, and this is also what I believe embodies a really good voiceover talent and voice artist, is that they connect, they communicate. They do have a viewpoint, they have a personality, they have an opinion and attitude, but they make you feel as if it's a more intimate setting, as if they are talking to you and you alone, not hundreds or thousands of millions or other people. And it might be because they're friendly. It might be because they are passionate, but they're knowledgeable of what they're talking about. And you feel that and you sense that. They're comfortable. They're not canned. You don't feel like they're acting, but they communicate and they connect. They have a personality and they're not afraid to let it show through. So again, it's not about how great your voice is. About how great your voice is. It's about how great of a personality you are in terms of your ability to communicate, your ability to express yourself, and how comfortable and how intimately you can connect with a person on the other side of the microphone. Those are the things to aspire to. Those are the things that will help to make you successful in your voiceover business. I do wish you all the best. And if you have comments or questions, and I would love, if you have questions you would like me to address in these video blogs, I would love to hear from you. You can reach me at voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. That's voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. Take care. Until next time.